Putting this foot to this shoulder, push. He pushes this leg down. And this is a drill. So he comes forward. And I still have the shield in here. This shield gives me everything, like the fulcrum to turn left, right, everything, right? So let's all practice it before we continue going. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And the foot comes over. I gotta stay into him. Because if I back out, all he's gonna do is put his foot in my hip, and then he's got an easy guard when we start playing again. Right? So it's not a big thing, okay? So it's huge in getting your guard back. So I'm really working and I'm passing here. Jeff Munson taught me this, and if you watch it, I don't know, there's footage of it, but in the first Abu Dhabi 1, everybody was passing like this, you know, right? And that's just a good way to pass. I like the pressure lay down. Everybody does whatever. So what he did was bring the foot around to the chest, center mass, right? And just kick. And then he wrestled his way up and got caught, and they wouldn't give him 2 points. But what did he use to flip him over? His leg. So a leg was involved, and he went bottom to top. What is that? Sweep. So that was his argument. Does that make sense? So what Munson did with these guys, and the next day he trained with all of them, and they all kind of, he said, man, dude, you suck. He said, I know I suck. I just learned a couple moves, you know. And but the idea is simple. There is a couple good moves that you stick with that'll keep you out of trouble. Basics win everything. So when he's passing and he sets up with good pressure and he's trying to push down my leg, that's 2 points. We hope it's 2 points, if not, arguing. Okay, let's go. That really gives me an avenue to help show stuff, and that step over drill was obviously one of the things that I thought was a necessary tool. So we'll do that first, and then we're gonna go into the second step, okay? All right. So in live training, he's gonna like underhook the leg. Of course, I'm gonna straighten it out to get the first line of defense for that pass. And then he starts to win anyway, he ducks, whatever. And then I'm just gonna switch my hips and put my foot here and here. And then start again, okay? When I have my knee here, like this, in his bicep, I'm gonna go straight and keep this leg down.
Magic.
Okay, so that's the second step. So only when I know this leg is lost. Right now, I can still, you know, have your vest on and you still gotta walk on gravel, you know? So you're sitting there doing this, right? You can't just slide. So you gotta walk your back to walk, right? So when you're here, but he still beats it, you have to address that. I can't wait till he pushes this to the floor, because then I lost. Then I gotta do that. You can't get no points here as long as my knee's touching kind of game, right? And stay here till they make the next move, right? But so when he's here, he throws it over and I step here and I start to push him away, right? And then I bring it down, right? Now this leg, it goes from a 15 layer sweep that I looked at that boiled down to one move. And if I could take all those 14 steps out and just make it work, that's what I'm gonna do, you know? Because the lazier and the older I get, the simpler I need to make jiu-jitsu work for my body, you know? So I'm just gonna take this foot and point it through. What's he gonna think as soon as this opening comes? Right, and then with this slicer here, I go under the leg and look right here, tap out. Everybody know the bicep slicer, right? Anybody not know it? I want to go over it if you don't.
There's probably a couple people here.
Okay, so if you don't know it, please step around, okay? Okay, so I'm here, boom, here. Okay? So this is what keeps him from coming around. So I want to put not a straight knee, but the point of my knee in his hip. So when he comes around, that kind of keeps him around. If it was flat, he would just kick it through for me, right? And then most people would have managed, right? And I got deep, right? But you still have something here. What I'm going to do is voluntarily make it happen before he even does it, and he thinks he's got a place to go. And as long as I have this to take him, my legs are always going to be stronger, right? I got chicken legs, maybe, but it's going to be stronger, right? So then I get here and I roll him. So the reason why I'm telling you that's the way I'm going, right? And I come up. Now if you look right here, those that don't know the slicer, please come here, please. All right. So sometimes I'm going for an arm lock that his defense is really strong. So then I just bring it into here, and there's your slicer again, okay? So anyway, I'm here, right? All right? And I'm gonna lean forward. I'm not just gonna keep going this way, because then his arm's gonna come out, right? So my pressure point and the fulcrum area is my leg. That's what's gonna like put a hole in the center of the elbow, and it's gonna pop that little hook. If you don't know how it looks, this one comes down, has a little circle. This bone comes in, has a little hook, and they meet, and that's what makes it really work. And then it can pop out, and you can really don't try this at home. But I tried it, don't do it, and because you can't find the hook right, then you have to go back to the ER anyway. All right, so it's a true story.
You had to go back to the
Well, I seen that.
I believe you.
One of my SF guys, he took this and just went, bam, and put it right back in place. I was like, I'm gonna do that. Don't do it. Just stick with finger, you know.
I don't care.
So when I'm here, right, and I got it tight, so this is how it bends, right? If you put a pole here, it's gonna make this hook pop out of place, right? Very simple. So I'm not gonna pass this, I'm gonna come down on this. Got it? Everybody got it? Okay?
Sir.
So the main thing that we wanna get from today is a step over drill. I don't care how you do your drills, just incorporate this one way or the other. When the leg comes over and you start to lose, don't let him just win the game here, right? Because you tried this side, you got here, you try to modify quarter triangle, and then he passes anyway, and he quit. Don't quit. Step right over to here, even to a crescent kick, to a straight kick, a push kick. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make space and get back out and make guard. Okay. If his arm stays inside, like he just did, I'm just gonna come to here and play it. Now he's gonna start working on this leg again, but I'm gonna make him have a false end. I'm gonna boom. Ooh.
You good?
Sorry.
You good?
That'd been bad if I fell over. Okay. Everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
1, 2.